Today
This
I'll be
conference will now be recorded.
so complete walkthrough of the sessions which we are going to cover as a part of these training sessions. How many hours we are spending on the specific topics, how many, I mean, on particular certification, AS1, AS2, TDS1, TDS2, and A1. So these certifications we are going to cover as a part of this training session. I'll just quickly recap yesterday's session. As I told this, I'm having 10 years of experience as a software test engineer, out of which 8 years I worked on Tosca automation. So these are the few guidelines we are expecting to follow. Everyone should follow during the training session. I hope my screen is visible and everyone is able to see where I'm pointing currently. Please just give me the confirmation one so that we
Yeah,
can continue.
it's visible.
Yes, yeah. So these are the guidelines which we are expecting everyone to follow. Try to log in on time, find quiet space, stay focused, participate actively, and complete the assignments on time. Next, the duration, as I explained, 30 to 35 days. Most probably it will be a 35 only, because looking at the content, this time, I mean, these many hours we would require. So daily 1 hour. This time we will be 9:30, around 9:30 we are going to join in on the same platform. Go to meet. Later, if any changes, we will communicate with you. Now AS1, these are the certifications we are going to cover: TDS1, TDS2, AE1, along with the AE1, and SAP as well. SAP certifications also we are going to cover. Now these details we already have discussed yesterday. These are the few frequently asked questions we discuss. Apart from that, we addressed too many questions yesterday. Now, so we will start the remaining topics which we previously targeted. So yes, so history, talking about the history of Tosca. Tosca is the leading continuous test automation platform developed by Tricentis, and company specialized in testing solutions. So here, if we just talk about their foundation in 1997, they introduced the company in Vienna, Austria, by Wolfgang. And in 2006, they launched the Tosca product, which is nothing but the model-based testing approach. Generally, conventional test automation tools like Selenium and any other tools where we need to have the scripting knowledge. Those are script-based tool. This is the model-based tool. We will see what exactly model-based tool, how exactly model-based tool works in detail. Later in 2010, they expanded their support in API testing, mobile testing, and SAP testing, and risk-based testing also they are covering. And in the same year, they expanded their market in the US, Europe, and Asia. After that, 2017 and 18, they introduced the CI/CD pipeline along with the DevOps and agile workflows as well, which is now in industry. DevOps and CI/CD pipeline is following very, at the vast scale, huge scale. So this was very big breakthrough for the Tricentis in terms of the Tosca configurations. So as per the latest innovations in 2023, recently they have introduced self-healing properties. How self-healing properties are working. Let's suppose there is a one element available which we have identified with the inner text. So inner text, let's suppose this inner text change as per the development, means whenever development change, developer do some changes, if developer change this inner text property, then there is a feature available, self-healing property, using which we can select multiple properties at the time of scanning, xscan. So at the time we can select the ID, then class, and also once if something fails, if this inner text property Tosca fails to identify any control using inner text property, or what is the priority we have set, then it will try to identify that control using the ID or class name or whatever the technical properties we have provided. So depending on that, Tosca will try to identify that web element or any we can say attribute in terms of the Tosca language using the self anywhere. So this is very beautiful feature they have recently introduced. And then yes, they have recently extended their integration with Jira, Selenium, and Kubernetes. Next, these are the top 15 automation testing tool. We can say Postman is there for the API testing. Then SOAP UI is also used for the API testing. Selenium, everyone is aware about it. Tricent is also one question you can ask then why? Why the test automation using the Tosca is more convenient? These are the some technologies to which means we can automate or these are the technologies around which we can automate the test cases using Tricent Tosca. Salesforce is there, SAP is there, API is there, Workday, you know that Workday is also there, Oracle database, everything means Microsoft 365, and I mean yeah, these are few modern enterprise application using on which we can automate using the Tosca. So why to choose the Tosca? So this is very frequently asked question in interviews as well. We can focus on this. As it a model-based automation, we do not need the scripting knowledge, and it is supporting various technologies. Some of the famous or well-known technologies are SAP, desktop APIs, and more 160 plus technologies are there. And obviously, yeah, centralized trace data management is available in terms of the Selenium. If we just talk about centralized repository or centralized data management, we have to be dependent on the external sources. External sources, we have to be dependent, but here that is not the case. It is inbuilt provided by the Tricentis team. High reusability is there. I mean, whatever the components we will be creating, whether it is module or test cases or we can say reusable test blocks or classes in terms of the test data management, everything we can reuse. So Tricentis has provided that feature where we can use each and every component multiple times. So what is the use of reusability? If something, let's suppose there are 10 steps we have used in 10 test cases. So we need not to go to each and every 10 test case and update those steps. So instead of that, what we can do, just update the block of test cases here. It will get updated everywhere in all the 10 test cases. So that is the purpose of reusability in the Tricentis Tosca product. Apart from that, extensive support, as we discussed yesterday, for the large product, it is really very useful to maintain the repository, to maintain the project, to maintain the database and everything. It is easy to maintain. So yeah, apart from that, test management features like TCD, execution reporting, and defect management features also they have provided in Tosca. And yeah, as we discussed about the self-healing properties, risk-based AI feature they have provided. Vision AI recently they have introduced. So what is the use of this Vision AI? Like even if the application is not developed, like suppose the code is not available, but we just have the wireframes available. So wireframes basically in the image form. So by taking the example or by looking at the I mean by starting the Vision AI agent, we can start automating the application right away. We need not to wait until the application is ready to develop. So Tosca covers digital initiative, including moving to the cloud and modernization core business applications. So this is the very beautiful feature recently Tricentis Tosca has introduced. Definitely, this required the license part. It is not available in the free version, but we will try to cover theoretically this Vision AI part in our training session. Yeah, accessibility testing we can do, regression testing, regression pack, functional testing, UI testing is nothing but again a part of your regression test. API testing also we can do. This is what we are going to cover in our training session. Exploratory testing and system integration testing. So as we discussed, except that those we using the Tosca we can automate the SAP, then Salesforce desktop applications are also there. So this kind of integration amongst them we can cover. So I'll be executing one test case and I'll be showing how we can achieve this integration testing and all. So yeah, this is one more another reason. If we just consider we are able to automate 4 test cases in one day using a Tosca, but in the Selenium it will be just one test case in 4 days. So where Tosca is having the advantage over the Selenium. So now you might be thinking how everything looks perfect, right? I mean, the speed is there, one-stop shop. I'm saying that Tosca or Tricentis features are one-stop shop for all the automation of activity. So how everything is perfect? The question answer is no, nothing is perfect in this world. So definitely there are few things which is associated with the Tosca license. It is a cost. So recently, as per my knowledge, one Tricentis Tosca license cost around 3 LPA, the 3 lakh per annum, which is nothing but the INR. So recently, in one of the, means I got to know that one team purchased five licenses with the cost of 15 lakhs. And yes, obviously, if we just not look into the cost part, but it is really very effective. If we cost effective is that because of the speed and the features which Tricentis team is providing. One more feature is, I mean, that is drawback. I would say dependency on the support team as very less. Documentation is available over the open source search engines, but obviously they have their own Tricentis what we can say support portal where each and every query across the team or people who are addressing it is available. You just have to go to the support portal and search, put your query, and it will give you the results. So yeah, definitely this is a kind of Wikipedia, Tricentis Wikipedia on the support portal available. But yes, in some critical issues, we may have to be dependent on the Tricentis support team. So this is one, I would say, one small disadvantage is available in the Tricentis one. Recently, Tricentis team has done some collaboration with the SAP, where they will be a strategic partner going forward wherever the technology changes. So they will be doing R&D with the means they will be sharing the technology with each other. I mean, what exactly it means? If suppose SAP is introducing new features, then they will be coordinating with the Tosca so that Tosca can incorporate, or I would say instead of Tosca, Tricentis team can incorporate all the changes into the Tosca application so that it can be a seamlessly automated. SAP application can be automated. So they are now going forward. They will work as a strategic partner in future. So why Tosca for SAP? So yeah, that is the one question, frequently asked question. So SAP, Tosca automates SAP GUI, SAP Fury application. Definitely SAP Fury has some, challenges in automating the Tosca, and I hope the Tricentis team might be working on it. But they have figured it out for the SAP GUI as of now. Definitely, it is not like that we can't automate. We can automate the SAP Fury application, but the speed, the way we are automating the SAP GUI, the speed which we have, let's suppose we are able to automate 5 test cases in one single day. Here, definitely that will not be the case. It will be a 2 test cases or more than that, but it will not definitely be a 5 test cases. So speed is reduced. We can say with respect to SAP Fury and Tosca. And obviously, the reason of SAP Fury speed, automation speed is less because of their components. They are having too many parent and child combinations where we are facing difficulties to identify the target element using the technical properties. And it handles dynamic elements effectively and supports complex business process and workflow. We know that in the SAP there are too many components available and huge test cases or lengthy test cases are available. But using the synchronization policy and all implementing those into Tricentis Tosca, we can achieve end-to-end execution without any failure. So yeah, this is the advantage of. And as everyone know that SAP is being used widely over the, I mean, in over the world, across the world, yeah, wherever the business operations are there, logistic are there, maintaining the repos, maintaining their storage, their stock goods, then purchasing those goods everywhere. SAP, not everywhere I would say, but it is widely used tool. And manual testing means automate that much flow or execute that much those many test cases manually will be a time consuming and error prone. So why I'm saying error prone? I hope everyone has heard this testing concept pesticide paradox. So which is nothing but if we keep executing the same test cases again and again, there are very high chances that we will miss the defects in it. So that is the reason if we automate the flows, then that is the machine, right? Machine is not going to miss the flow, whichever have automated. Instead of that, it will be finding the new defects, obviously. So yeah, and obviously we need not to sit in front of the desktop and execute the test cases. We can trigger it overnight, and test cases will get executed. Apart from that, yeah, accuracy is there and efficiency is also there in terms of the Tosca. So that is the advantage of Tosca. These are the few products which Tricent is providing. Obviously, Tosca is one of them, and then Testism Salesforce and Testism. Test team Salesforce and test team one standalone application is there. Data integrity modules are there using which we can do the data integrity testing at wherever the data is in huge number. Data integrity testing will come into the picture. Testing mobile is there and Tosca using the Tosca also we can automate the mobile applications. Neoload is there for the performance testing and Qtest recently in a couple of years back they have acquired this Qtest. Now Qtest is known as Tricentis Qtest. Test management for Jira integration is available with the Jira tool. So minimum talking about the minimum hardware requirement was for Tosca Commander yesterday someone asked this question. So yes, this is i5 dual core 2.4 gigahertz CPU configuration along with the 8 GB RAM. Tricentis is means recommending 16 GB, but 8 GB RAM is sufficient as we are. It will be a standalone application for the testing. I mean trial version, so 8 GB is sufficient. In fact, I tried. I had installed on 4 GB as well earlier, but that was old version 13 3 4 years back, but now they have implemented too many features, so that is the reason they are recommending 8 GB now. Hard disk space 10 GB plus 1.5 GB, that is nothing close to 12 GB is sufficient hard disk space, and network speed 40 Mbps is also sufficient. It is not required while working on the local workspace. And apart from that, we will be automating the web-based application on Chrome browser. And yes, to automate to communicate with the browser, we have to install this extension, which is nothing but the Chrome Tosca extension. We will discuss about it, how to add the Chrome extension into our Chrome browser and how to execute. This Chrome extension will be working as a mediator. So here is our Tosca, let's suppose, and this is our Chrome browser. So there is no communication in between these two applications, I would say. So what will happen? This extension is going to work as a mediator in between them. So what Tosca will communicate with the extension, and extension as it is installed on the Chrome machine, it will give the instruction to the browser, and it will ask to perform the operation on target 11. So this is how it is going to work. Supported desktop operating system, it is Windows 10 or Windows 11. Tricentis is recommending. Database multi-user mode is there, and SQL Server obviously in standard or enterprise developer versions of 12, 16, 17, and 1922. I mean, we need not to go more deep in. We can just try installing our Tosca command or whatever the dependencies are there. It is installing from there. So please let me know if you have any questions till here. You can unmute
Uh,
yourself and ask the questions.
what about Mac? Is it supported Mac?
Mac,
iOS.
okay. I need to check whether it is supporting with the Mac. But
Okay.
I have not used the Mac.
Okay.
Any more question from anyone? Even if it is basic, that is fine. You can ask.
SAP is going to cover for this course?
Yes. SAP. We will be covering SAP today. I mean, not today in this training session.
Okay. Because I came from performance testing background, so I
Mm-hmm.
completely new for this Tosca. But actually, current requirement as of now, we don't have projects. So I switched it to Tosca. So that's what
Mm-hmm. So
current
how many years of experience? Sorry to interrupt you. How many years of
overall
experience you
six
have
years of
in
experience I
Tosca?
have. 6 years of experience.
In Tosca.
Not in Tosca, into the Jmeter, into the performance testing.
Okay, so you
I
are
don't have
altogether
experience
new
with
to the
Tosca.
Tosca.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yes,
Okay.
completely new to the automation.
Okay. Fine. Yeah, this training is going to give you the big boost for your career, Trisha, then I would say. Because what we are going to cover is like from the basics to advanced, and along with the Salesforce and SAP is there, API testing thoroughly, in detail API testing we are going to cover. And to start with so yesterday also I discussed about this question. Many people are asking about the SAP. As there is some limitation with the
Ah,
trial
yes.
version, we are going to, sorry, am I audible?
No, no, yes, yes. No, yeah, yes,
Yes.
yes. Audible.
So yeah, so yes, obviously there are some tri limitations with the SAP trial version, and there are too many modules available. Means even if you just prepare the MM module, some company may ask you the FICO module or success factor or any other logistic tool really, anything they may ask. So obviously we are not going to cover the functionality detail. We will cover a couple of flows which we you can explain at the time of interview, and how to explain is definitely I'm going to help you out because from my previous training sessions, couple of students recently got placed in big MNCs. So whatever the preparation I'm asking them to do, on top of that only they are getting the job on SAP, even though they do not have prior knowledge. Just by doing the practice on trial versions and whatever we are going to cover, they are just trying to make sure that they are following it, and then they are doing the practice on it. So based on that only people are able to get the job, and for sure we are going to make sure that kind of preparation we will be doing during this training session. So many people are worried about the SAP. This is just for their clarification I wanted to say.
I mean, not completely you're going to teach about this SAP. That's what I.
SAP we will be covering completely. Means SAP GUI we are going to cover completely. So completely in the sense, one flow we will take, and whatever the components are available. Like In the web application, we have checkboxes, radio buttons, tables, links. So these are the components available. But in terms of the SAP, there are multiple toolbars, sub toolbars, and other components available. So how to handle it? That we are going to cover along with a couple of flows, end-to-end flows we will be automating. So this is we can say this is a complete SAP we are going to take care of during this training session.
Okay.
Because I mean, I'm not sure whether if anyone is having any idea. There are 40 hours of one module related trainings available. That is only about the functionality of SAP. So, I mean, if it is FICO or MM or success factor logistic, any module if we take. So, more than 40 hours of content is required. And automating that is definitely not a, small task. It is used and it runs over the years. Means multiple years are required to automate those flow. So we can't automate. But the thing is that if you understand how to handle the element, irrespective of the functionality, you will be able to automate anything. So that is the more important thing while learning the Tosca. Functionality definitely, let's suppose you are working on the any e-commerce application in one organization, if they ask you to work on the logistic, definitely you will be not be having the knowledge. But if you just go through the test cases and follow it manually, you will be able to automate the flow. So that is the same thing applies to the SAP automation as well. You work on the within the sales order and automate it, and you will be able to automate everything in the SAP. Yes, Bala, you can.
So to be very clear, so we'll be whether we'll be automating any few end-to-end scenarios, and we'll be practicing on that one so that we'll be able to
Yes,
capitalize on the rest of the things.
exactly. Yeah. Yes.
So approximately how many end-to-end scenarios we'll be automating?
We will take 2 to 3 end-to-end scenarios, Bala.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
So and one more thing, as part of this course, I just saw the curriculum. So are we going to cover Salesforce also?
Salesforce also we will be taking care, but Salesforce and automating web-based application is, I mean, same, 100% same. Same. If you are aware about the functionality of Salesforce, you can say that I have worked on the Salesforce automation. If you know how to automate any web-based application, but yes, for the trial period, how to get the trial version and everything, and how to start automating, we will try to cover a couple of flow with the Salesforce as well. We will be demonstrating how to create the contacts, how to create the account leads and all. How to automate that flow we will be covering, Bala. Because again, Salesforce is the functionality where Service Cloud, Sales Cloud, and CPQ everything will be there, and functionality varies as there are huge customization we can do in the Salesforce. So the functionality varies organization to organization. So we can't
Yeah, got it.
cover that as well. Yes,
So the thing is, we need to get familiar with different objects, elements. That is the main thing,
exactly.
right?
Yes, yes. So once you get it, then any application you can automate. So that is the very important thing. Yeah, so we will just start with the next topic.
Yeah, one more question. Sorry to interrupt you.
Yes, 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 please tell me.
Yeah. So, actually, in my company, there is a requirement of automating the success factor, SAP success factor.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
will you be teaching some part of that also in that training, success factor?
No, 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 we are not going to cover the success factor as a part of this training session.
Okay, so I mean, is there any training available for that specific module, or I mean, there is not available?
Uh, I am not I mean not sure about it. Can you please reach out to the admin team? They will guide you if there is any training available on the same.
Yeah, okay. So because in my organization only success factor is left, so they are
Mm-hmm.
asking people to automate that because all other SharePoint, Salesforce, everything is automated. So now
Okay,
they're
okay.
asking for success factor. Yeah. Okay, I'll check with
Yeah,
the admin
yes,
team.
I can understand. Yeah,
Yeah, thank you.
Hello.
no problem.
Yeah, yeah. Just one question.
Yes, yes, please.
Actually, when it comes to the Tosca, I just finished this
Mm-hmm.
one. This which I pasted in the chat, Tosca
Mm-hmm.
Fundamentals, Automating
Mm-hmm.
SAP Testing. I finished this course with
Mm-hmm.
my company side. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
is there any advance from that one, like automating SAP testing, or else anything?
Uh,
Is that
no,
enough
no,
for
no.
that one
Yeah,
for SAP?
that is sufficient. Yeah, that will be a sufficient.
Okay,
Yeah.
because I finished this one. That's what.
But yeah, means apart
But
from that,
I
how
haven't
to
finished this
how
AS1 and AS2. I don't.
uh-huh.
I was in the progress.
Mm-hmm. How you have
Yeah.
completed the SAP directly, as you don't have the knowledge on the, I mean, basic basic knowledge on how to handle the elements, and also it might
They
have been
have
difficult
provided
for
one
you,
to two
right?
hours KT for this complete like Tosca. It will be there
Mm-hmm.
like basic. That I understand few
Mm-hmm.
things. Then I go into the
Mm-hmm.
directly. Actually, current requirement is SAP testing.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I switched to SAP. Then I finished this one.
So yes, Miss, how you can expand this experience in front of the interviewer, that I'm going to guide you how you can handle this situation, because obviously everyone is will not be having the access to the SAP, full access to the SAP, right? I mean, so how to demonstrate in front of the interviewer and make him feel that you are really have the experience, that I'm going to teach you during this session after
Okay,
completing it.
fine.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So I'll share my
Your
screen.
good name?
We will
Your good name?
Sharvil.
Sharvil, right?
Sharvil. Yes, yes. You can call me Sharvil.
Okay.
Is my screen visible?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes. So this is the complete training plan which I have created. So now for you can see here the topic names, subtopic names, and training time. How many hours of time we are going to spend on each and every topic, starting from AS1, AS2, TDS1, EE, SAP, and Tosca server installation, TCL scripting, and final review, Salesforce and final review certification we are going to cover. So that is the complete plan of 34 hours, and definitely we may require a couple of more hours depending on the topics, or depending on the speed by which we are moving. So I have not allocated time here because these two topics are going to cover in our AS1 topics. So yes, introduction to Tosca overview setup we will do on third day onwards. Tomorrow onwards we will start installing the setup. Then introduction to the Xscan, how to handle the elements, different elements, what are the different techniques available. I mean, you can handle using the properties, image, indexation is available, and anchor. So these are the techniques available to identify what are the XScan components available in detail. What is basic view, advanced view, then how to filter out the target elements. Because once you scan the application, there will be a hundreds of thousands of components will be available, but out of that how to select the one which we are interested in, that complete from start to end we are going to cover, for which we are spending 1 hour or 1 day of time, we can say. Module creation, then identification methods, we already discussed. Action modes are there, select, then input is there, buffer, what is the use of buffer, constraint. So all these action modes we are going to discuss during training session. Working with the buffer module, there are different modules available, partial buffer, anti-box and buffer. Synchronization techniques are there, as everyone is available, aware about the synchronization technique, dynamic synchronization and static synchronization. So what are those we are going to implement? And then recovery and cleanup scenarios. Obviously, this is really very important topic, and I mean hot topic in the interview questions as well. What is the recovery? How to recover the test case from failure and then execute it again during the runtime only. And even if recovery fails, how to clean up how to execute the cleanup scenario, how to implement it, on which we are going to spend 1.5 session. And executing and reporting half session we are going to spend on it. Creating the reusable test blocks, one session. Requirement section is there, on which also we are going to spend this complete topic. I mean, at the end of this multi-user workspace, we will be covering AS1 certification related topic. So if you ask me how many sessions we are going to, how many hours we are going to spend, it is around 70, but I don't think it will require around 15 sessions. We will be able to cover these topics. Now next, TDS1, TDS2, and AS2. These are small certifications, but each and every certification is having some component related things. So now, if I talk about the AS2, sorry, TDS1, they are covering the test templates, test sheet, what are the classes, attributes, instances. These are the topics are covered. And in TDS AS2, they are covering API related concepts. And we are going to cover API, test creation, REST, SOAP API, and XML automation. How we can. So we are going to spend 3 hours, 3 days, 3 sessions on this API automation. We may require one more session on this. Test configuration parameters are there in terms of the customization, reusability point of view, and TDS. This TDS2 covers the TDS topic. So external data source is required to cover this. So TDS is a part of Tosca server, and we will discuss how to install the server, how to get the access uh, access to the server, and how to create the TDS project and all. We are going to cover. In AE1, there are different engines available: UI engine, Linux engine, and email engine. So email engine definitely we required SMTP configurations, which we do not have, but yeah, theoretically, we are going to cover this. UI and Linux engine we will cover in detail. Excel engine, how to integrate with the Excel, how to capture the data from Excel and put the data, write the data into the Excel. We are going to cover. Self-healing, again, one of the topic which we are going to cover as a part of AE1. And yeah, talking about the SAP GUI setup, how to get the access to the SAP trial version of SAP, handling the tables in SAP. This is, I mean, important topic. Toolbar menu and other. These are the few examples I have provided, but there are many modules available. There are many components available which in the SAP application. How to handle those, we are going to cover this. And at the end, whenever we are completed with the SAP, then we will be installing the Tosca server and we will discuss about the TC shell scripting, how to execute the test cases, and deck setup also we will be discussing. So total we may require 34 hours or 34 sessions, couple of more sessions depending on the speed we with what speed we are moving. So this is the complete testing plan which I prepared. Do anyone have any question around this?
Are we using like any CI/CD for this Tosca?
CI/CD, yeah, I'll discuss about the CI/CD part. I would like to show one thing which I have created. Just a minute. Let me know once you are able to see my screen.
Okay.
I hope my screen is visible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, Switchable.
So yes, so I have created one what we can say. I have implemented one feature in the Tosca. So I'll just execute it and I'll come back to your question. So about the CI/CD. So
Okay.
I will just execute this batch file which I have created. So this batch file is going to execute the test cases which I have added. I have automated into the Tosca commander. So without opening the Tosca commander, I will be executing the test cases. And at the end of the execution, it will create the report as well. So report generation also will be done automatically. You can see I have my Tosca commander is closed, but now it is executing the test cases from the backend. So, did this execution finish? Then I'll talk about the CI/CD thing as well.
So, one more thing, whether we will be going into deep dive on database stuffs also, like retrieving values from any database and working on those
Uh,
values.
database, database. No, we are not covering it. But yeah, tomorrow I can give the confirmation on it. Tomorrow means I really have to check where we can fit the data. We already have fully occupied with the uh, we already have fully occupied with the existing topics.
Because one session connecting to database and retrieving value, right? That would be helpful, right? Because mostly we will be sourcing the data from the database and we'll be sending it to the application and validating it, right? So one session will be
Yes.
great.
Sure, sure. Just give me tomorrow's time. I'll give the confirmation during tomorrow's sessions. So
Thank
you
you.
can see now our script has exited the desktop application Salesforce and web-based application as well. And now it is executing the test case around SAP GUI in one go without any error. Now you can see here it will show that it is execution is finished. Now it is generating the report and report file is generated. So yes, I'll just
Uh,
show you the report file which is generated. So you can see here this is the report file which we have generated. Four test cases have been executed and 100% pass. All of them are definitely those are not linear one. That is the reason we are able to see 100% execution result. But in real time it may differ. So web-based SFDC, it is nothing but salesforce.com and desktop and SAP execution. So who executed it, their username and at what time execution is carried out. So these details are available in what we can say in our report. So yeah, talking about the CI/CD. So yeah, CI/CD. If anyone have integrated or anyone have if anyone is aware about how to execute the test case from Jenkins. So Jenkins integration is based on this batch file only. We have to configure this batch file into Jenkins, and it is done. We just have to build that project and trigger it. We have to add the scheduler in it. So we can say that 60-70% of Jenkins related things we already covering, but not exactly the Jenkins part we are going to cover. So if you just, I mean, go through any straightforward video available over the platform, you will get to know how to just call this file into the Jenkins. If I really get time, I would say, means I really don't want to disappoint any one of you. If we really get time, then I'll just within 10-15 minutes, I will show how to do it this with the Jenkins as well.
okay.
But yeah, how I have executed this without opening the Tosca command. This is a part of how to, I mean, how to we can schedule it using our scheduler as well. I mean, whenever I'm just logging in into the system, then this should get automatically triggered without opening the Tosca command or anything. How to do it that we are going to cover in detail. How to generate the report and all.
This run file, I mean, the executable file we can cover, right?
Yes, yes, we are going to cover it. as a part of this
Okay.
training session. Yeah. So, do anyone have any questions on
Yeah,
this?
Sharvil,
No.
Nikita here.
Hi, Nikita.
So,
Please tell me.
yeah, are you gonna cover the regular expression as well?
Regular expression, wherever it is required. So regular expression, we will cover random regular expression and regular expression. So basically, regular expression is required in terms of the Salesforce. So whenever we will jump into the Salesforce topic, that time we will be discussing about the regular expression. And
Okay,
obviously, yeah, random regular expression in one topic available. So whenever we want to match any string, not exactly, but some part of it, and how to generate the random regular expression, how to use that feature that we will be discussing.
okay,
Yes. And not only Salesforce, but at the time of automating and from the reusability point of view also. Let's suppose you are having the two web application. The feature is same, but rather, the title is different. So in that case, rather creating two different module, how you can reuse the same module that we can achieve using the regular expression. So that definitely we will discuss.
yeah, okay, Sharvil.
Yeah. So there are many small topics available in case in case if I miss, then please don't hesitate to remind me, Nikita, that time.
Okay, sure.
So yeah, we will quickly just move to the next topic. Let me know if my screen is visible. Last topic for the is for the day, which is nothing but the model. What is model-based testing? I will explain it, and then we will conclude the session.
So this session is recorded, right?
Yes. These session, each and every session will be recorded, and you will be having the access of all these session
Okay.
for life.
Sure, sure, sure. Yeah.
So yes, I hope my screen is visible to everyone.
Yeah.
So yeah, what is Tosca model-based test automation? We can say that this is the application, our system under test, and on top of that, for each and every component which is available in our application, we will be creating the modules for it. So this, let's suppose this for this feature, we will have the module one. For this feature, we will create the module one, module two, and so on. So these modules together, we will be arranging in such a way that in logical way, so that we will be able to put it into one frame and we can create one test cases, right? So what if you just take the example, let's suppose this is the login page. Okay, inside the login page, we are having username and password field. Username is there, password field is there, and login button is there. So collectively for all these three fields, we will be creating one module. Okay, this module we will put into the test case in sequential order, so that it should get executed sequentially. So this is nothing but the model based approach, and these test cases definitely we are using the test data. So test data we will be using from either directly we can put into the that particular field. If it is a text box, then we can directly enter the test data into it using our Tosca commander itself. Apart from that, we can capture the put the test data from Excel as well, and from the TDS as well, from test data services. So there are multiple sources available from which we will be capturing the data into the our Tosca commander. So yes, if you just compare what is the model-based approach and script-based approach, you can see if I have to create the I mean, test tape. This is the test tape, and if you just compare it with script-based testing, then these many lines of code we may have to write. But in terms of the Tosca, it is just capturing the control and identifying it using the technical properties or any other method using which we can automate or uniquely identify the controls. Any doubt in this? How model-based approach? What is the model-based framework Tricentis is providing in Tosca? It is very straightforward. Whenever we will be, I mean, we will when we will jump into the Tosca commander, I'll practically show how exactly model looks like, how exactly test case looks like, and each and every component.
Yeah, how this will be useful for, I mean, SAP and SAP and Salesforce application. For example, we have a sales order, purchase order, and I
Mm-hmm.
mean, we have a flow, right? Complete flow, which
Mm-hmm.
is
Mm-hmm.
coming on the SAP, and how this model-based testing will support for SAP in terms of regression or when you go for automation.
So yes, the approach will be same for each and every. Whether it is SAP, we will be having 10 fields, let's suppose here. So collectively for these 10 fields, we will create one module. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
one module we will be creating. Let's suppose we are entering the data into our ME21. We are executing. We are adding the we have the table, right? Table there. So that table we will capture as a part of one module, and inside that module we will drag and drop into test case, and into test case we will add the material number or material quantity or other fields. So this is
Okay.
how we are going to that I'll explain it in detail when
Sure, sure,
I
sure.
mean when we will jump into the test case.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is about the model. Tomorrow we will discuss about the architecture, and we will jump into the Tosca, and we'll have some introductory part of Tosca command and how it looks and what are the standard modules are available, and introduction of those standard modules. So with this note, I will conclude today's session.
Sure.
Let me know. Yeah.
Meeting will start.
Sorry.
From when will the actual classes begin for
From
scripts,
tomorrow
scripts
onwards.
creation and all?
Yes. Yes. From tomorrow onwards,
Okay.
we will start.
But we have to install the Tosca,
Okay.
right? For our
Yes, yes,
practice.
yes. From to tomorrow, our session we have to spend time on introduction of the Tosca commander. I'll open the Tosca commander. I mean, I'll show you, and after that, from day after tomorrow, we will be sharing. I mean, how to procure the license, everything, Tosca setup, installation, everything we will do from to day after tomorrow.
Sure, sure, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, so that license will be valid for the 60 days, and if you want to extend it, then definitely we are going to help you out. And from Tosca Commander trial version, everything we will help you out. After that, also Tosca server we have to install. So you have to get the access of Tosca support and Tricentis support, Tricentis Academy to complete your
Yep,
certifications. So
yep, yep.
I'm going to help you out on that
Sure, sure, sure.
topic.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, then,
Thank
thank you
you.
all for joining today's session. Have a good day.
Thank you. Good
Yeah,
night. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
have a good
Thank you.
day.
Thank you.